Ooh, all right, Saggies. I feel like y'all reading is going to be another heavy one for today. My name is Marlissa. This is that Word from Mars Tarot, and this is your July predictions, okay? Your July predictions video. Please like this video and subscribe if you like it here, love it here. I am going to be using a new deck today, all right? The Awakened Soul, Oracle deck, and I am going to be reading from it for sure for at least two of the cards that have come out here. So the only sign that I see here is, just to make sure I'm not, the only sign that I see here is Scorpio. So you may be connected to a Scorpio placement, or you may have one. This reading is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Venus, Mars, and Rising. You may have a Scorpio placement in any one of those as well. So this month may be a struggle for you, Sagittarius, okay? It's not to say that there aren't good things going on this month, because there definitely are. But you are suffering in silence. I forgot what other, I know another reading I did today. They are also suffering in silence, but I can't remember if that was like Scorpio or Aquarius. But if you know your other placements, definitely go ahead and watch those videos too, because that's what paints like the whole story. So yeah, you're suffering in silence this month. There's something that is, really bothering you, that you may need to talk to, someone about, or also at least like write about it, because sometimes when we talk about things, we could overwhelm like our loved ones and things of that nature. Either talk to a mental health professional, talk to someone who you know that you're not overwhelming them, and you can always ask like, hey, do you like, are you able to hold space for me? But definitely talk about what you have going on, because it's a heavy energy that you're feeling, like with the suffering in silence. For those of y'all who don't know, I am a Sagittarius sun, so I get it, trust me, all right? So spiritually, you're going to be feeling a bit heavy this month too, all right? The first card that had come out here was obstacles and challenges. Obstacles and challenges, all right? So this is like a lot of fighting. There could be conflicts. It's really something that impacts your spirit though, all right? Like, so the obstacles and challenges that you're facing is definitely going to impact you spiritually. It's also going to impact your heart space. So I want you to work on balancing your chakras this month, especially the heart and the sacral or sacral. I always get that confused, like literally from day one. Sacrifice, sacral, I think it's sacral, but the heart chakra, the mantra that goes along with it is I love. So and the heart chakra is the hardest chakra to maintain being balanced. And I feel like, because everything flows from your heart, right? So like your feelings, your emotions, your love life, family, because love is not only for romantically, it's for family members, it's for friendships. So we're often getting like our feelings hurt, and I feel like your heart chakra is not balanced right now, because there's also like somebody or someone that you're needing to forgive, or multiple people. It could even be yourself, all right? You could also be struggling this month about like things that you truly want, like your wants, your desires, all right? The mantra that goes with the sacral chakra is I want. So it's about your desires. It's also connected to your ovaries and testicles. So maybe some of you Sagittarians are, craving something like in a sexual manner, or, maybe some of you are like wanting kids, or that's like a, something that you like want deep down for yourself. You name it, what it is for you, but make sure you work on like balancing those chakras, all right? Even though you're going to have a difficult time this month, Sagittarius, I do see victory and success for you. This is like when somebody works really hard. It could be about getting the recognition that you want to receive. It's really about being like on your high horse, not in an egocentric way, but like, I worked hard for this, like I'm getting the accolades that I deserve, all right? I do feel like an honest conversation is going to happen this month. So for some of you, it could be with the Scorpio placement. If you have a prominent Scorpio in your life, all right? At the bottom of the deck, we have triumphant success. So this is the Ace of Swords in traditional tarot, and this would be about like having revelations, having, thought-provoking conversations, honest conversations, communication. I also see truth here. All right, in traditional tarot, this is known as the Judgment card. So some of you all could be having a spiritual awakening. Some of you all could be receiving some truth. Some of you all could be bringing some truth to someone, and then also with like, based off of this information that you learn, like you're going to make some sort of decision or judgment. It's like judgment day. It's like, okay, like now based off of like what I know, like this is how I'm moving and shaking. Like this is how I'm going to choose to handle things moving forward. All right. Truth in traditional tarot, known as the Judgment card, sign of Scorpio. So there is something here, Sagittarius. This card has been coming out for a lot of the collective. So I can see in the collective that we are needing to shift our perspectives and to be mindful of our perspectives. So there's something that is not working, like a mindset that you have is no longer serving you. And, when it comes to art, we're called to be more objective, if you will. All right, or is it subjective? You're called to be more, my brain is fried now, y'all. I'm sorry, but you're called to be more open-minded. So there's some sort of mindset that you have, it's not working for you, whether it's like being stubborn, or whether it's a way that you communicate, or if it's like how you feel about somebody, it's like be open to receiving like different truths and like things that are not like what you traditionally like believed in, you know what I'm saying? So be very open. We have the Dream card here. So your dreams may be telling you something, Sagittarius, so really pay attention to those this month. I would go ahead and journal them. Like if you have a journal or even your phone, like if you wake up in the middle of the night, putting a quick description of the dream in your notes and then revisiting it the next morning, when you wake up. So I'm gonna end up reading this card to you. And then we also have forgiveness. So I feel like that is really like fucking with your heart space. Like there's a lot of greenery in the background, and then also for the fact that the bird is like orange. All right. So maybe like you not forgiving someone or yourself is like blocking your true desires, like the things that you want for yourself. It's definitely messing with your blocking your heart chakra. All right. So forgiveness is a process. I understand that. Sorry, y'all. My nose is itching real bad. I understand that forgiveness is a process, but it's something that you're being called to work on this month. And it's not like you're gonna, forgive somebody. I mean, you could, forgive somebody this month and it'd be completely done. But if not, maybe this month you're gonna start. You're gonna start maybe seeing things more from their perspective and forgiving them a little bit more. Okay. Also be willing to change. Okay, be willing to change with this perspective card. Okay, handle things in a different way. Look beneath the surface when it comes to things, and also practice more empathy. Put yourself in someone else's shoes. When you change your attitude, you change your outcome. All right. Let's go to the Dream card. Dream. So the symbol for the Dream card is fireflies. All right. Keywords: creation, dreaming, illumination, inspiration, dream, interpretation. The awakened soul story. So again, change the pronouns as you see fit for yourself. Okay. Our awakened soul is in a deep sleep in a field of light. She had been called to the garden to dream with the night and the fairies. Inside her home, she was feeling too constricted to allow her dreams to flow out into the universe. It is here in her secret garden that she can listen to her dreams more clearly. The fireflies lit her path down to the garden, and now they surround her in a fantasy-like glow. Fireflies glow from the inside out, and it is only at night where their magic and illumination can be seen. They remind us that in the darkness there is always light, and that even when times get hard, our dreams can be the hope that lights the way until we find sure footing again. Our sleeping beauty knows the power of her dreams and that she can take flight and stretch her imagination, bringing back with her universal inspiration that she applies to her life. All right. So even though things are looking down, you know, there are some things that are really hard for you this month. Like, know that in the darkness, there is always light. Okay. The awakened meaning of that card. If you had the dream card arrive in your reading today, you are being asked by your higher self to pay attention to your dreams. If you find it hard to remember your dreams, set the intention before you go to sleep that you will remember them in the morning. Remember the tip I already gave you. Now is the time to tap into your intuition daily, to practice and stretch those psychic muscles that can be of huge aid. While the signs may be small and quiet in the beginning, the more you use them, the easier it becomes. Connect back to your inner guidance system. Dreams are abstract. They require care and nurturing to become realized. They also need a lot of belief in self for practical actions to manifest. This is a reminder to work with all aspects of manifestation. To truly align yourself with your dreams, you have to do the mundane work that supports your vision and belief in yourself, even if you are the only one who does. Find places, people, and experiences that inspire you. Allow your imagination to soar. By opening the mind and allowing the space for fantasy and ideas, you will tap into your creativity and your muses. So I feel like that also connects with this perspective card, all right? Sometimes we're so fixed, it's like, you know, we're not tapping in, and we have alternative ways to get to, like, you know, our dreams, or we have alternative ways to get to the same, you know, destination, all right? So the shadow meaning of the dream card is daydreaming too often, so like not being grounded. That's very like Piscean energy if you're a Sagittarius that has a Pisces placement, or if you're a Sagittarius that has an air sign placement. Daydreaming too often, escaping reality, abandoning your dreams, not listening to your intuition. The affirmation for the dream card is, I remember and listen to my dreams. The personal reflections for it are, what dreams are important to you in this life, all right? So it's about more than the dreams that you have at night. This is about like your literal dreams, okay? So now let's go to forgiveness, all right? Forgiveness, the symbol, open bird cage. Keywords, absolution, mercy, freedom, unburdened, unshackled. The soul story. Our awakened soul is listening to the beautiful canary sing happily after being set free. She and the canary are connected in their joy as her heart is feeling light and free after finally forgiving things that have happened in the past. The bird cage is a symbol of her body, mind, and soul. When it was locked and shut down, she wasn't giving the gift of forgiveness and was trapped in the past, repeating her patterns. She was caged her entire life, unable to find happiness or peace. Through an ultimate act of self-love, she has not only forgiven her past and the people that needed it, she also has forgiven herself. She is now truly free. The awakened meaning of this forgiveness card. It is time to give yourself permission to be free. There is no point in holding on to the past or to the wrongs, unfairness, or trauma that reside there. You do not live or belong in the past. If you have been holding on to something for so long that it feels shameful or like giving up to let go, acknowledge that this is just the ego trying to keep you stuck and in pain. Forgiving ourselves can be hard, but when it is done and accepted as a part of your spiritual work, incredible transformation can happen in your life. Forgiveness is an inside job and an outside job. Come to situations through love and understanding, for when you do, forgiveness is easier to allow and takes less time to process. Be kind and gentle to yourself through this process and give yourself some grace. You may need to forgive people or yourself more than once. That's why I had told y'all, like, this may be a process. It may just not be like, oh, I forget somebody in July and it's done. Like, no, this is going to be ongoing shadow work for you. See your future free from any, I think it meant to say set. I think this book may have some typos. So I'm going to say, set your future free from any harmful energies and memories of the past. Let go of these negative emotions and enjoy a light and joyful heart. The shadow meaning of the forgiveness card is blaming other people or yourself, holding on to a grudge, victim mentality, punishing yourself. The affirmation here is, I am love, all right? I am love, I forgive. Personal reflections. Who needs forgiveness and what would that allow for me in my future? Who needs forgiveness and what would that allow for me in my future? And this is hidden for me, y'all, because I do have multiple people that I, need to forgive. I do like a loving kindness meditation where I say, like, may I be well, may I be well, may I be well. And then I'll say the person's name, may blank be well, may blank be well, may blank be well. And then I'll wish somebody well, like, who I don't know at all. So, like, may the lady I saw walking down the street be well, may the cashier be well, things like that. It's hard work, okay? Especially when you're wishing someone well who did you wrong. And sometimes we are having to forgive people without receiving the appropriate apologies, okay? Now, you are the second sign. So I have done what? 9 readings. This is the 9th one, and you're the second sign that received like 3 shadow work cards. So for the shadow work, this deck helps you to awaken you to your greater authenticity by working through any hidden shadows of your personality. So things that you may suppress, that you have deep down within you. Knowing your own darkness is the best method for dealing with the darkness of other people, Carl Jung. All right. So we had 3 things that came out for you, Sag. So we have demanding. When displayed, you are most likely making the other person feel inferior. Check your anxiety and depression. So sometimes we can create like heavy demands on others, and it's like, is that fair? Or is it our like anxiety and depression, running the show? Are we making someone else feel inferior and not so great about themselves? Prejudice. What if you were categorized into a group and given attributes that were false without truly knowing who you are? So maybe sometimes you can have a certain prejudice, towards a certain population, whether that's you as a woman towards men, or, you towards, a different generation than you, or you name it, okay? The last thing we have here is selfish. You are wrapped in your own desires. You are worried about your desires, all right? You are wrapped in your own desires. Try looking at and caring about the needs of others. And I know that can be hard, and especially if you typically have cared about the needs of others. But maybe you've been in a more selfish energy, and it's time to, balance the scales, all right? So we have protection. So, be mindful, protect yourself in certain ways, but also maybe some of you need to let your guard down in order to have this honest conversation. Maybe you need to let your guard down in order to receive, truth, or to be able to look at things from a different perspective, all right? And maybe some of you have been protecting yourself for, so long, and that's why you've been holding on to what you're holding on to, but it may be time to release, all right? We have self-sabotage. So I fear if you don't forgive whoever you need to forgive, you could be self-sabotaging yourself in future connections that are wanting to come in. All right. We have letters in name: E, P, F, or D. E, P, F, or D. So maybe this is your first, middle, or last initial, or maybe somebody's first, middle, or last initial where you're being called to forgive them. All right. We have light eyes. So someone may have light eyes. And then we also have not the right time. So there's something here that's, not exactly the right time, all right? And that may be the conversation. I'm not sure, okay? We have stillness. So your affirmation for the overall reading is stillness is the key to success. Stillness is the key to success. So maybe some of you, Sagittarians, you rip and run a lot, and maybe right now you're having more alone time, or you're able to sit with yourself a little bit more this month, and that's going to bring you to this victory and success. All right, you don't always have to rip and run and go. Sometimes you need to be still. All right, so Saggies, that's what I have for you. See you next time. Bye.